Hopefully we're up. Are we up? Are we up too? Or are we having dramas as usual? I don't know. Hopefully someone can tell us.
Wow. Anyone tell us whether we're on or not?
Text Betsy if we're on.
Maybe we are.
Oh,
Maybe.
you are live?
We are live.
Okay.
Oh, we are.
It's just come now, okay?
What a suit.
To who?
How good is she? What
Suits.
a ripper.
She's
Perfect,
all over
isn't
it.
she?
There you go, we're live. It says we're live on there.
Does.
Look at that.
For us.
Hey,
Yeah.
ever the professionals, us lot, don't you? We're only 16 episodes in. We're going to get our head around this one
We are.
day.
We are.
What can you do with macaroni, Al?
What can you do, mate?
Oh, you can.
What can't you do with
You
macaroni?
can make a necklace with a. You know how you did you? Yeah,
The old
you
macaroni
would've-
necklace.
You would have done that at school, surely. Everyone made a bloody macaroni necklace.
We all did, mate. We all did.
And I'll tell you the other corny thing. Soups, you would have done this with the kids, with your gear. You would have made macaroni pictures where you stick the macaroni on the bit of paper. No?
I do get activities.
Oh, right. Well, evidently our activities are inferior. We're the older
We're not
generation,
as
that's
good,
what it
mate.
is.
We're not as good.
Hey, welcome.
Sorry, I'm just
Evening,
getting
folks.
too sick, so I just want to close this down so we have no dramas tonight.
On and late, according to
Well, we've had
Tony.
nothing, we've
Good
had
work.
nothing but dramas all weekend.
Evening, Yak.
unfortunately.
Evening, Yvonne Rivers. That's a new.
Hey, Vonnie.
That's a new.
My cousin Yvonne from the UK. You
That's
know
a
Yvonne.
new name that I've seen
Hey,
on there.
Vonnie.
G'day, Yvonne. Shawnee, evening. How are you?
Back. Daniel, how are you, mate?
The old homesters up there. How many others have we got coming in?
A few.
We've got a couple. There's a couple rolling in.
Beautiful.
Hey, so good night. How's the weather?
I know, how good is it? Sat outside, 30
Right,
degrees
yeah.
today, beautiful.
Said it, you didn't
Can't go wrong.
You didn't do too much sitting outside, buddy. Trust me.
No, we haven't.
There wasn't
We're
too
running
much
around
of
like
that
an
going
idiot. It's
Been going crazy.
drama after drama this
Hey, and we
afternoon,
need to
but all
talk.
good.
We need to talk about that because I'm going. Evening, Pete Briscoe. I'm going to make a suggestion that maybe we even go out to every fortnight. Maybe at some point we need to have a look so that we can deliver better material for you guys. Hey, Mick, how are you,
Every
mate?
fortnight to what?
For the show, maybe just to. I don't know. I'm just.
Spitballing.
I don't know. Just maybe we should do this off air.
I concur.
Anyway, we'll roll on with that. Hi, Wifely. Who else is on there? Mick Patton. We got a few others on there. Crystal. Hi, Crystal.
G'day, Crystal.
So there's a few going on. Hey, mate. So been a big week.
It has.
A few
We've had a
things
massive
going on.
week, yeah.
We've got a big week coming up next week,
We
though.
have got a massive weekend.
Bigger still.
Yeah.
So this weekend we've got the
Hey,
old-
Silvio, how are you, mate?
Hey, Sil, how are you, mate? From Charcoal Kings. How you going, buddy? Hey, having said that, one of my highlights for the week while I'm there, look at this. Ready? Look what turned up in the mail.
Oh, Silvio, Charcoal
Look at
Kings.
that.
Pellets finally arrived.
Rabbit
Give them a crack. It's not rabbit food.
Did you say rabbit poo or rabbit food?
looks a bit like both.
Anyway, so this week we got our first sample of the Charcoal Kings pellets. We're going to give them a whirl
Yeah,
this week.
this weekend. Yeah.
We'll give them a whirl this
Have a
week,
crack on
and
Sunday.
we'll see how they go. And
Yeah.
with any sort of luck, up and running soon, we'll be able to do that.
Yeah.
What do you
Looking
reckon?
forward to it. Why not?
My wife's just put on there. Hi, Mill. Hi, Laura. So there's plenty of people on there. My wife's just said, "How about a clubhouse room?" Hey, give us a spell.
calm
We've
down.
only just
I know, yeah.
turned Clubhouse on.
What's it? Oh.
For those of you who don't know Clubhouse, we'll tell you more about it in the coming weeks. But yeah, there's a new thing going on
New app.
that's called Clubhouse. Anyway, Al, evidently you delivered some charcoal this week.
Did I?
Was it this week
Oh,
or
yeah,
last
to
week?
Pete Briscoe, yeah. Drop some down and
Hey, Pete, type
his
in there
belated,
what you think of
Christmas
the
present.
Charcoal Kings charcoal. Throw it in. Let us
It's
have
a
it.
ripper.
Give us some
I'm
feedback.
a massive fan of it.
It's
I've
great.
used a few different ones.
Nice big
There's no
chunks.
little fines in it.
No,
There's
no,
nothing
it's
in the
fantastic.
bottom, not like
I love it.
some of the others we've
Please
used.
thank me as well because I was with him.
Oh, righto. Good on you.
Jesus.
Jesus, she's in
Someone
early
pipe
tonight,
down in
isn't
the
she? Hey,
background.
I'll
We
tell you
need
what,
screen,
it is
don't we?
hot. So even though we're going to talk about this during the night, I am going to crack on. I'm going with this one first.
I'm going with the other one first.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm going to go with the Earl of Swirl.
Oh, I'm
'Cause
not.
why not?
I'm going with, and they raise four corners of the world to the Holy Grail. What do you think?
Please don't sing.
Should it-
Wow,
should-
have a look at the colour of that.
Should I just stick to Facebook programs or should I sing? Come on.
No.
Charcoal
No more
Kings charcoal is epic. It is.
It is.
You're dead right. So, and many thanks to
Well, everyone's
Soups.
on it. Jared's on it. Lockie's on it.
And if you're not on Charcoal King's Charcoal, I want to know why. Get your bloody order in. I've offered
head
to
on
deliver on a Friday. That's what she said.
Massive man head on that.
God,
It looks
crikey.
like Yvonne pulled that for me.
This looks like a Pete beer
Cheers, mate.
versus an Al beer.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you about the beer more throughout the night, but we started off with what will you do with macaroni? And tonight we're doing your
Wow, we're gonna
special
do a
mac and cheese.
Game day mac and cheese.
And because it takes a little longer, we're going to get our week's highlights out the way, and then we're going to get cooking with the mac and cheese.
I'll cook in the background while Pete rambles on about mac and cheese and takes you through all of his homework that he's done every week, rather than me just sitting there.
Don't bag my homework. People love on the feedback I get is good on my bloody homework. Chris Wendy Purple Beer. Wow, okay. Anyway, let's not go there. So, other highlights for the week. Super
else
Bowl
been
coming up Monday.
Monday,
Super Bowl
can't wait,
Monday.
looking forward to it.
We love it every year.
A few
Super
of us
Bowl.
going down. Well, 6 of us going down. And
6 of us going to the
Sporting
Sporting
Globe.
Globe
Yeah.
at Knox, and we'll sit down there and we'll watch the Cavs give the. No,
who?
it's not.
The who? The Cavs.
I'm thinking the Cavs. We're going to
What
see
is
the
it,
Bucks
basketball?
give. We're going to see the Bucks give the Chiefs a bit of a touch up on Monday. Is my prediction.
Well,
That's my
I'm glad
prediction.
You wrote it down.
That's my prediction. Is
And the
that,
Cavs to win
No, don't.
NBA this year.
Come on, give us a spell. As a
Predicting
no,
early.
I'm not going there. I'll tell
Early
you.
tip.
So that was one. New pallets. I'll tell you, the Meatin Place page, El.
Yeah,
What-
how good
what's
is it
going on,
What-
buddy?
One weekend, and we're
Talk to me.
196 people on there
Almost
already.
at 200 on the page already. So all we need now.
Roman Bubbles got a bit of a. He was a bit of a hit early in the week.
He
last week,
was?
wasn't he, on with his new.
He's
Well,
addicted.
what he would like to be his new spoker.
Soups is. Oh, she's on the outer here. You've been invited. Don't.
I think Roman Bubbles was the first post, and
Yeah, I think Roaming Bubbles has had a bit of a crack. We've freezed up on Facey.
that's all right. Of course we have. Just standard for us, really. Any good?
Yeah, no, it's weedy. It's all. Anyway, I'll come back
talk
to
about
that.
it a bit
Let's not
later
do
while I'm
that.
Cooking, yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you what, mate. I have had the highlight of highlights of all weeks today.
I know you came over and caught up with me.
Well, there was that. Of course, there was that hanging out with. Oh, look at that. We're having trouble playing
Sorry.
the video, but don't. Just keep watching. What we're seeing is that we're having trouble with the connection, but we could. Just stay with us.
Just add to the troubles today, really.
I'll tell you what, in all sincerity, today has been a highlight in mine and the bride's life over the past few years. She was finally declared by her oncologist today cancer-free and cured of her breast
awesome.
cancer from 5
Congratulations,
years ago. So,
Wifey.
love you,
Awesome
honey,
news.
and it's
Congratulations, mate.
the best news that we could have hoped for, and I'm just so glad to be on the other side of that
Yeah,
and
definitely. No,
in a
it's
better
awesome
place.
news, mate. Couldn't have been happier when I heard.
Although there's still quite a bit to go, and it's bringing up that whole breast cancer thing again from when we had KP on a little while, raising that awareness and keeping it out there.
Should
You
get
know,
Happy on again. Actually, we should do another show. That was a ripper show. That I enjoyed it.
Yep. So it's Kylie's 5-year anniversary this year as well in next month. So
Yeah.
in about 3 or 4 weeks, her anniversary of the 5 years since being diagnosed comes up.
It's crazy. I still remember that first post.
Yeah, and
Went mental, didn't it?
every year she's already been getting messages again this year.
Yep.
And we checked the post the other night. It's now
That's crazy.
490 something thousand hits. It was.
Yeah.
So it
Not
just
bad for a post that was that they took down after.
it was meant for just family and friends,
Yeah,
just as a
exactly.
bit of a hey, watch this. So if you get a chance, Google my wife, Kylie Armstrong breast cancer. You'll get to see her right boob.
Yeah.
Not all of it, but just a bit of it.
500,000 people have seen it.
Yeah, well, it's great. No,
Good
well,
looking boob.
it is a fair looking boob, except for that one little dimple. And if you got one of them, go get it checked.
That's it.
All right. So there's my cancer thing for tonight. I'm so pleased for my wife, and I know that she's
No,
as
it's
happy as a
awesome.
pig in the
no,
proverbial.
great
So
news.
love it, babe, and
Yep.
looking forward to many, 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 many more years without it in our lives.
Definitely.
So hey, with that out of the way, and no further ado, Al, we are going to kick on tonight with Big L's Baked Game Day Mac and Cheese,
Yeah.
or as I've
Why
called
not?
it, Super Bowl Mac
You've
and
been,
Cheese.
you've been changing the name for the last 2
I'm,
weeks.
I'm going with Super Bowl Mac and Cheese. So are we going to get up and start to roll with this, or what do you
Why
want to
not?
do?
Yeah,
right.
we're going to need
So
to.
we're going to give you the other camera. We've had a bit of a fiddle around with cameras this week.
And I'm hoping it's going to work.
To hopefully give you a better image of what we're doing.
Hopefully you'll get a better view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hey,
Should work.
look at
Hi
that.
everyone.
We think you can see us up there. Soups, confirmation,
No, it'll be
20 seconds.
out. Relax.
Can you pull your
Remember?
chair out? Thanks,
I'm
buddy.
not going to need that for a while.
Righto. So here we are. I
Looking at
think
that.
let's just check if
Beautiful.
we're
Yeah,
centre.
that's spot on.
We're in the centre. Look at that. We're good.
I'm going to get rid of that.
Alrighty. We're
You
going to get
probably
rid of the
don't need those.
heat-proof
We've
gloves.
got
At the moment. Oh, hey, have a look at this.
Gerber knife.
Hey, check this out. There's a bloke we know who bought one of these and gave it to Al, which is really nice.
This is what I used to cut my sausages with on the
Have
barbecue.
a look at that.
Who doesn't use a machete to cut
That
their
is
sausages
a
up?
ripping little tool. So check
Thanks,
it out.
Daniel.
You bought that from Daniel, of course.
So what we're going to do, how am I going to do this, Pete?
Righto,
What
Al.
are we going to do, Pete?
Righto.
So here's
here
my
we
trusty
are.
stovetop.
So for those of you who've got a barbie with a side burner, you
You
can.
need to take your hats off.
No, we can't do that. You see Al's bald spot. We just look up. We want you to focus on this, and you can see us on the second camera. So we'll keep looking at that one when we're talking to you,
Yeah.
and this one while we're cooking. So
Is that
we
gonna
did
work,
that.
Soups? Are
We
you happy
did.
with that?
Alright, I'll
We-
allow it.
We did that deliberately, so we
Yep.
adjusted
So what
the
we're gonna
other
do-
the other camera angle.
Is I'm going to let Pete do most of the talking while I do because he's pretty good at talking.
Righty, yeah, evidently.
While I grab everything.
So what we've done, Al's prepared it, and we're going to do a bit
Al's measured it
similar,
all out.
a bit similar to what we did last week. In the cook time for this, and sorry, Al, you've gone up the page a little bit higher, but I'll go
Sorry,
to my
mate.
notes. But that's okay. Prep time of 15 minutes, cook time of about 55 in total. So you want about an hour and 15.
Yeah.
It's a little bit longer than the jalapeno poppers, but it's well and truly worth it.
Yeah.
So if you got yourself a side burner, these are the ingredients you're going to need. Now's going to hold these up as we go. So you're going to need
So-
5.
Well, if you read from that, because
Okay,
I've
well, I
already
won't
cooked
go
half
with
it-
this.
I've already cooked half of it, remember?
All right. So
So
tell
if
me
you want to go from that.
Tell me what we're putting in, Al.
So we've got 2 tablespoons of butter. What I've done is I've already actually cooked up the pasta.
So the pasta's pre-cooked, basically
Pre-cooked. So all I did, a
macaroni.
bit of salted water, macaroni. Which camera am I looking at, that or that?
Either.
That. And then what I've done, cooked it to the manufacturer or the packaging details, taken it out, and I've run it through cold water straight away to stop that cooking process, because obviously then we're going to whack it on the smoke and it's going to cook a bit more.
Any
So,
particular brand of pasta, Al? Or
That's a
is it
San Remo elbow pasta, mate.
Stan Remo elbow?
San Remo, not
Stan.
Scan,
Yeah, no,
not
it's
Stan. So all I've done is I put some butter in there. I've already done half the recipe. There's only a tablespoon in there, but yeah, you will need 2 tablespoons of butter for this recipe. 500
Hey,
grams
look at this. This
elbow.
is awesome. You can see what we're doing. I love it.
You're a bit
Anyway,
of a
go
fan,
on.
mate.
I'm a bit excited.
You're a bit of a fan.
Righto, so we've got the butter in there. What's next, Al?
So butter, we're going to let that melt, and then I'm going to whack in some onion, or throw in some onion. With
So just brown
diced
onion.
up a brown onion or yellow onion, as
Righto,
I did
so
put in earlier, and you told me off.
obviously what you're seeing is half of the total ingredients
Yep.
that we would normally use, and we'll get this up on our site for you.
I don't know if it's already up, is it?
So butter, bit of brown onion. All
All
right.
we'll do is we'll saute those up until they're a bit translucent.
Oh, we're going to saute them until translucent.
Yep.
Okay, very nice. Righto.
It's going to take a couple of minutes, so you're going to talk.
Smell that. I'll
Talk
tell you
your
what.
rubbish
Well,
and tell everyone what they need.
I'll tell you what well, okay, so what you're going to need: 500 grams of macaroni or elbow pasta.
Yep. Elbow
Macaroni,
pasta,
I
whatever you
reckon.
want.
2
Macaroni.
tablespoons of butter, a whole of a brown onion,
Yep.
2 cloves of garlic minced up. So get your little garlic crusher and get that moving, and you're good to go.
Or you can cheat like I do and you buy the pre-minced.
Don't do that. That's not what we're about here. We're organic. 2 tablespoons of plain flour.
God, I love the small onion.
Oh, when it's cooked in butter like that,
Yeah.
smell that. That's so good. 2.5 cups of milk, salt and pepper to taste. 2 tablespoons of ketchup, not tomato sauce.
Not tomato sauce, ketchup.
You want to roll with ballpark run, it's ketchup. A tablespoon of mustard. 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese.
Yeah.
And have I got some great jokes for you coming
Oh,
up
God. I
about
can't wait.
a cup of shredded parmesan. So we're going to mix it up and have 2 cheeses in there. So you're going to have.
So what it was, I based this off a recipe that I found a few years ago, and I've just messed around with it and tweaked it and like a lot of my recipes, I started somewhere and then I've just tweaked and tweaked and tweaked.
That's like
And
everyone.
this is where I've got.
Yeah.
But the original recipe was to use the Velveeta cheese, which they use in the US a lot, which is a.
And evidently, for
it's a
those of
plastic
you
cheese.
who haven't had Velveeta cheese,
Well, the fact it comes off the shelf and not out of the fridge
so is it like,
pretty much says everything.
it's like the old Kraft slices in the plastic wrapper.
Oh, it's not even like that because at least Kraft slices, they're kept in the fridge. This is
Wow.
literally kept on. So now I'm going to chuck in a tablespoon of garlic.
So that's the minced garlic
Minced
going
garlic
in
that
there.
I minced myself.
Al freshly minced a little bit earlier. And then the last ingredient on the list is 4 frankfurts. So, or hot dog salves, whatever you want to call them, 4 frankfurts, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's in there. So, what we've done, so obviously you've seen that. So Al's got in there at the moment the butter, the onion and
bit
the
of
minced garlic, and he's just sauteing that up. You'll see there's a beautiful browning in there of the gear. It looks sensational. You'll see it in the camera up there. So we've done that bit. What else? Al, I'm actually going to, while are you going to add anything anytime soon? or you-
I'm going to throw some flour in a second.
Right, so
And then I'm going to put milk in.
the origin, just for those of you who like a bit of my general trivia, mac and cheese,
I'll tell you what.
no one actually knows.
At least it's trivia this time instead of your bloody jokes.
But no one knows the actual true origin of mac and cheese, right? So all they can trace it back to is they think it's from Northern Europe, around Italy, in that kind of area, or France. And although
France?
hugely popular in
or
the
France?
Oh, it's France,
France.
of course. Hugely popular in the US. The first mac and cheese, which was called pasta and cheese casserole, was actually recorded in the 14th century. So Al's adding some milk into that and some flour into that and just stirring that off. What are you trying to do there, Al? Other than
Just
burn
to get a
it?
thick sauce.
Right, so
I tried my best to burn it for a sec, but
so it's
we've got away
creating
with
like a bechamel sauce.
pretty much, yeah.
Right. So the first ever one was recorded in 14th century in an Italian cookbook called Liber di Conquina, and then again in the 14th century medieval English cookbook called The Form of Curry. They were the first two in the 14th century to ever record a recipe that kind of resembled mac and cheese in today's form.
Yeah.
The first modern recipe was recorded in 1770 in an English cookbook written by Elizabeth Raffald called The Experienced English Housekeeper. Doesn't that sound very antiquated?
Very cute.
Very cute.
Antiquated.
And it was a bechamel sauce with cheddar cheese mixed with macaroni and sprinkled with parmesan.
There you go.
So that was the original recipe that went in there. So forget your velveteen or whatever it is that they Velveeta that they do in the US. The original was cheddar and parmesan.
You can't actually get Velveeta in Australia.
Really?
So the
Not at all.
closest thing we have is a Kraft. They call it Kraft cheddar, I think it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, although this is hugely popular in the US and Canada, the origins of mac and cheese are from Northern Europe and England.
Yeah.
Really. And you know that. I mean, you poms, you blokes.
blokes.
Everything goes with mac and cheese over
Yeah,
at
that's a
home,
bit
right?
racist, I reckon.
But it does, doesn't it? It's growing up. Did you have a lot of mac and cheese as a kid?
No, God no.
What was it for the rich and flameless over there?
Oh, pretty much, yeah.
Oh.
We didn't, I don't remember eating it.
Because originally it was
It
considered
was all liver and onions and...
oh, awful.
Yeah.
It was very awful. That's another one of the
Oh
jokes.
my God.
So
Hopefully they get better, guys.
originally it
I
was
hope.
considered a more affluent dish.
Jesus Christ.
And in the
Have a look at the
US,
words coming out of him today.
I am a wordsmith. Don't you worry about that. In the US, it was actually introduced by Thomas Jefferson, who had travelled to France
Yes.
with
France.
his chef and slave at the time.
Chef and slave.
And I can't think of the guy's name off the top of my head. I did have it written down, but he had he and his chef went and visited the frogs,
Yeah.
and he's seen this stuff and went, we're going to take this back to the US, this looks alright. And he took it back and he wrote in detail what it was. Like, he drew pictures of the macaroni, he did everything, took it back, and the first few times it didn't work. So that
No.
was back in 1793 that he did that in the US.
Yeah, wow.
And it wasn't until 1802 when he imported from France the macaroni and the cheese and everything else to do it because they couldn't replicate it accurately in the US.
Of course not.
And they
Just open that for me.
they served it at a state dinner, believe it or not.
We're cheating, just put these in.
So here's the ones that we prepared earlier, but don't worry about that.
Sorry, guys.
That's okay. So while I was plugging away doing that, so yeah, they served it at a state dinner.
Yeah, well.
Believe it or not, in the US with
A steak dinner or a steak dinner?
not steak, steak, T, with a T.
Yeah.
Is it working, Soups? We're getting the message saying it's not working again. But anyway,
What's that?
so then since then
Working
it's
for me.
remained very popular and evolved to become a staple in US food cuisine ever since.
Yeah.
And these days, the basic ingredients are extremely affordable, and therefore it's became a staple as part of their diet, which is really interesting.
Yeah, well.
July 14. Do you know what July 14 is, Al?
Yeah, it's the.
What
it's
is it?
Exactly halfway between mine and my sister's birthday.
That's hilarious. No, really, what's July 14? National Mac and Cheese Day in the US.
There you go. Would never have
It's
known
got
that.
its own day named after it in the US.
It's halfway between my day and my sister's day.
That's how important Mac and Cheese Day
Speaking
is.
of your sister, she's currently sitting at JB Hi-Fi and she's casted her phone to a TV in the
Oh, that's
JB
fabulous.
Hi-Fi.
Good work, Shell. Get
As
it
you
on.
do.
So there's the
Well-
whole of JB Hi-Fi watching you guys.
I have one JB Hi-Fi in hopefully Cranbourne.
We'll have
I'm
to
going to
be-
say Cranbourne because that's the closest to our house. So, hi everybody.
So Mac and Cheese Day, one of the most popular dishes during the Great Depression and the Second World War. Kraft actually, this is really interesting because probably the most popular manufacturer of packaged mac and cheese is Kraft. You know, the old famous tall blue box
Yeah.
is what they have in the US. It was really interesting because Kraft first produced that back in 1937, and that was during the Great Depression in the US. And they advertised it as the fact that you could make a meal for four in 9 minutes.
Mate, you can make a meal for four in about a minute because it's already.
No, but seriously, that is amazing. For back then, it was like
Yeah.
you can make a meal for four people for 19 cents in 9 minutes.
Yeah.
And that is how it grew in popularity because it was affordable, it fed a lot, it tasted good, all those kinds of things, which is fantastic. Kraft actually went on to sell 1 million boxes of it in 1943 during the Great Depression because of that.
How many are they selling now?
Now, you ask how many are they selling now?
I did
Al?
ask, yes.
They're actually selling over 1 million boxes of Kraft mac and cheese a day.
That's ridiculous.
1 million boxes a day they're selling at the moment.
I'm going to put in.
He's whipped up the sauce, so I'm going to give you a quick
Just a
look at
little
that.
bit. Just thick.
There
Just
you go.
thicken it up a bit.
Look at
with,
that.
Flour and milk.
Picking
and-
it up, it's a little bit
Onions,
lumpy,
bit
but
of
that's
garlic.
okay. I'll let him get away with that.
Well, that's the onions and the garlic.
Oh, it is
Of
too.
course it
Sorry,
is.
mate.
So all I've got in there is I've got a tablespoon of ketchup, not tomato sauce,
Ketchup.
and half a tablespoon of mustard.
So the ketchup and the mustard straight into that cheese mix.
No,
Cheese.
there's no cheese in there.
Oh, sorry. Onions, butter,
Garlic.
garlic, milk, flour,
Yep,
ketchup, and tomato sauce.
correct.
Look at that.
I think it's that.
There we go.
2 Frankfurts.
Couple of bangers.
I'm going to whack them on the grill or on the smoker.
So, smoke the Frankfurts. They're going in there to be smoked. We've got the cheese sauce that looks amazing. Oh, jeez, it smells good. Oh, that smells fantastic. So anyway, 1 million packets a day they're selling right now, but
A million packets a day.
Yep. In 43, in
Yeah.
1943 during
I'll tell you what.
during World War II.
Cooking on a 30-degree day over
bit
this, it's
Well, the funny thing is, heat coming off the smoke is pretty warm too. And so in
Nice smash up
1943, now I've lost my space because you've messed me around. They
I did it on
sold
purpose.
during World War II that year. How many packets do you reckon they sold for the year?
Absolutely no idea, Peter. How
They
many packets did
sold
they sell for the year?
That year, they sold 50 million boxes for the year.
Wow. Well, you did say a million a week, so that's
Well, no, now it's 1 million a day.
a million a day.
So they've gone from then in 1937,
Yeah.
no, sorry, 1943, they were doing 50 million a year. They're now doing 350 million a year. That is astounding. Or 360 million, close enough. So that's huge. Another interesting fact, or two, Al, here's two more to add to the list. So last week, we had a chili eating world record for jalapenos.
Yeah.
That Glennie Ryan said he put his hand up and he'd be happy to give that a go.
That's right.
We're going to add two things to the world record list that we want to try. So
We are.
one is the jalapeno eating time trial.
Yeah.
The next one, the world record for eating a box of Kraft mac and cheese. What do you reckon it is? A bloke did it in April
what.
2014.
I'm going to go with a minute
He's just
and
put
2 seconds.
He's just put in there the mixture of the parmesan and the
So
cheddar cheese
There's a cup of cheddar and half a cup of parmesan,
into that bushmill
which is now a cheese sauce.
cheese sauce. Look at that. So thicken it up. So what did you say? 1 minute.
A minute and 2 seconds.
1 minute, 2.4 seconds in April 2014.
But that was pretty close, wasn't it?
So I reckon
Anyone
I
know?
want to know. Give us the
Anyone would think
feedback.
you told me that earlier.
Yeah, anyone would think you knew the answer to that. Give us your feedback. Anyone that would be prepared to get on the show here with us and have a crack at the world record for eating a box of mac and cheese. Darren Yates, should I be writing all this down? No,
Yes.
it's okay. Don't write it down. We're going to just send it to you.
Yes, you should.
Oh, all the facts? Write the facts down, absolutely. Because I'm not going to send them out. But anyway, so 1 minute, 2 seconds. Jalapeno poppers last week were delicious, spicy. Yep, good. Thanks, Dale. Love your work.
that the boss?
As you were.
All right. So,
So
now,
anyone that's keen to have a crack at the mac and cheese challenge and thinks they can eat a box of mac and cheese in under 1.2 seconds, I want you to message me because we're going to get on the Guinness Book of World Records
oh,
and we're going to try and do a world record on our show at some point this year.
Do multiple.
here we go.
But let's just do one.
You've got more chances.
Soups.
You've got more chances.
Soups, seriously, you're busting my chops about having it once a month, and now you want to have every world record in one night. Crikey.
We could do a world record.
All right. So
once
now
a
the,
Anyway.
the hot dogs have come off. So they've been on for about
Jeez, that was
probably
quick-
4 minutes.
quick
You
smoke,
don't
Al.
need long. You're just getting a little bit of heat in them, a bit of
So
char
you-
on them.
So you can see there, bit of char, he's just
Just
bit
a
of
little
smoke
heat
into
there.
them. What flavour of smoke are we using now?
What's on there? That's
It's a
my
blend?
That's my blend of maple, hickory, and cherry.
Right. So it's a blended comp blend that
Yep.
we can get you if you're interested.
How good's this knife?
Hey, look at that.
Thanks, Daniel Lawrence.
Cutting through that like butter. Wow.
Well, it's only let's be honest, it is only Frankfurt.
Anyway, let's not go there.
I should
So,
be able to be wearing gloves.
I'll tell you what, the only other one, the Guinness World Record, I don't think we'll try this one out.
What's
So
that?
the other one to do with mac and cheese, the Guinness World Record for the world's largest macaroni and cheese dish that was made.
Mhm.
Have a guess at this one. Come on, I know you. I didn't tell you this, so you don't know this.
I'm going to be honest.
Yeah,
I
go
didn't
on.
hear the question. Go again.
Okay, so the question is, there is a Guinness World Record for the world's largest dish of macaroni and cheese that was ever made.
Yeah.
How big do you reckon it was in pounds? How many pounds of mac and cheese do you reckon they made to win the
How many
world?
kilos in a pound?
I'll tell you what. In September 23, 2010, John False, a chef, and the Cabot Creamery Co-op in the US got this record,
Yeah.
and they made 2,469 pounds. Soups, can you convert that into kilos for us? Come on.
How many pounds?
It was 2,469 pounds of mac and cheese.
2,000.
Have a look at that delicious, bloody, creamy, gooey, stringy. Oh, can't wait to get into that. Can't wait to get into it.
What is it? Pounds to kilos?
2,469 pounds. How many kilos?
1,119.92 kilograms.
1,119 kilos.
All right, guys. While he's rambling on, so now all I've done there, so the macaroni, or the elbow pasta, as some of us like to call it, I've just whacked in the cheese sauce, the cheesy bechamel sauce that we've done there. I've cut up the frankfurts, whacked that in there, given it a mix, and now I like to use it in a cast iron skillet.
Why?
Better flavour.
Really?
Yeah.
You think it adds to the flavour?
I
being
actually
in
reckon
cast
it does.
iron? Really?
Adds to the flavour. And you're just going to load that up. I'll tell you what, I actually couldn't have got that any better, could I?
No, that beer's pretty good. That the Holy Grain. Have a crack at that. 500ml can from Stone and Wood. Oh, jeez, it's nice. It's
That's that. And then
it's really nice. That one.
I'm going to need a heat
a
proof
glove. You need a glove. Hey, it just so happens.
If only.
Look at that. Get into those. Get yourself some of those. If you're cooking mac and cheese, you need them. You've got to have it. And at $29.95 less, your 10% FB Live discount.
I tell you what, we actually sent some over to New Zealand this week.
We had New Zealand order them over this week, so good on you, New Zealand. Hope you're watching. Anyone from over there? So in it goes. That's it now. For how long now?
That'll be about 25 minutes, I'd say.
So let's push this back. Get your gloves off. Get your boxing gloves off. Let's be reseated. How are you feeling?
Seemed like a lot of work.
Wow.
Better be good.
Hey, I'll tell you what. We have come back here just at the right time.
Have we?
Yeah, because there's a couple.
Where are we at? We've got a run sheet.
No,
I've got
don't
no
worry
idea
about
where
the
we
run
are.
sheet, mate.
I need the run sheet because I want to check your jokes before you tell them.
Don't worry about that.
I haven't been able to PG rate them.
No, I'll give you the tip. I'll tell you. Here's one of the most interesting facts that I found when I was researching mac and cheese.
Yep.
In Canada, it is like a famous food in Canada. They actually call it the craft dinner or KD. So they even give it like they just go, yeah, we're having KD for dinner. So it's like craft dinner in Canada, and the average Canadian consumes 10 servings per year of mac and cheese. That doesn't sound like a
10
lot.
10 servings not much.
Doesn't sound like a lot,
Only
but
serving every 5 weeks.
that's 55% more than the average US person. So it doesn't sound like a lot, does it? But anyway, they're the facts. And
Is what it is, I suppose.
how's that? Mac and cheese, this is the one that blew me away, is the most purchased grocery item in Canada.
Would you call it a grocery item?
What else would you call it?
I don't know.
In a grocery store, when you go to buy your groceries, it's the most purchased item in Canada.
You should be cooking it yourself, not.
That is
So
unbelievable.
what are they talking like the packet version, like you?
I don't know. I didn't look
stick it
at
in the microwave.
How
for
much research do you want me to
90
do?
seconds. Well, mate, you've just rambled on for
Anyway.
about 30 minutes about mac and cheese.
So now the hipsters have even tipped in on this, and they're starting to experiment with it, and they're actually deep frying mac and cheese. So they're wrapping it in another layer of cheese. They're deep
I'll
frying.
tell you what.
Don't you look at my
TGI
jokes.
Fridays.
Got nothing on us.
They do the mac and cheese bites.
They're good.
They are really
They're
good.
good.
Big fan.
You can do croquettes, which is okay. That's deep fried. Cover them in breadcrumbs. Drop them in.
It's deep fried. It's always going to taste good when it's deep fried. isn't it? Let's be
Everything's
honest.
deep fried. And nearly as good as smoking, grilling.
And it's just as good for you.
Almost as good as smoking and grilling, but
Yeah.
not quite. But anyway, it is pretty good. Hey, and the drink of choice. Have a guess at what the drink of. If you were talking to the quaffers of the world, the connoisseurs of fine bevos, as we call them. What do you reckon the bevo of choice with mac and cheese is globally? Have a guess. Just throw it out there. Be a bit wild.
Bit of wine.
Alcohol.
Bit of wine. Everyone loves a bit of cheese and wine.
Well, you know what? You are spot on the
know.
money because the number one drink matched with mac and cheese is Chardonnay.
Is what?
Chardonnay, mate. You get yourself a glass of Chardonnay. Chardonnay. The Shardy set. Love it.
Really?
Yep. The
There you
Shardy.
go. Oh.
The Shardy quaffers are.
That wasn't a bad guess, really, was it?
Shardy quaffers are quaffing their Shardy and their
Yeah, we'll take that.
and they're scoffing their mac and cheese. So good on you.
Nice.
You, the bride. Just browsing. But anyway, there they are.
Yeah.
Hey, now
This is the part that always scares me.
this is jokes of the week. Now we've got 2 sections here, Soups. You're going to have to switch off for part 2. The adults only
Come
part.
on, get them rolling.
Righto.
Get it over.
First
and done
one.
with.
What did the mac and cheese say when it was offered cocoa? Oh no, that's
the
adults. One
As I
time,
said,
oh,
I
this,
haven't proofread these for
hey,
the first time.
this one, I know.
Him either.
This one time I was telling a joke about macaroni, but No one laughed because it was a bit cheesy.
Was that the joke?
How was that one? Was that all right?
No.
What does Arnold Schwarzenegger say just before eating mac and cheese? Pasta la vista, baby. That was pasta la vista. Hey, you like it?
Yeah.
So anyway, I was talking to the bride the other
I'm
night. I was
wrapping
talking
you
to the bride the other night, and I said
Is this
to her,
another part of is this another joke, or is this an
I said
actual
to her that
story?
I'm going to make a car out of mac and cheese, and I'm going to drive it.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Mate, you should have seen her face when I drove past her.
Anyway, so we've got
Charlie,
a new
hang on,
opening
hang
at
on,
Two
hang
Smoking
on.
Guns.
Can you ask Charlie?
No, hang on. Did I tell you that I'm going on a mac and cheese diet?
No, you didn't,
I
Peter.
need to
What is your mac and cheese diet?
I need to shed a few kilos.
They just get better.
Michelle's laughing your bros out. I'll tell you what.
laughing at
No,
you,
hang on.
not with you.
Now I've got to finish the other two. If anyone's got little
I'm going to
kids,
agree with my cousin
there's
Darren
any-
here
if there's
that
any-
no one should know this much about mac and cheese.
if there's any little kids watching, now's the time to block your ears. Uncle Peter's about to say some things. I'm not gonna swear.
Please, Sean J, can you block Charlie's
I'm not.
ears?
There's no swearing, but it's just a bit blue. Okay, so I'm just a pre-warning that these are a couple of adult gags about mac and cheese. What
Should
did
I
the-
be blocking
hey,
Soup's
Hey,
ears?
Al, yeah, block Soup's ears because she'll cut up rough. What did the mac and cheese say when it was offered some cocaine?
What did the mac and cheese say when it was off some cocaine, Peter?
No, thanks. I'll give it a miss. I think I'll just stick to the pot. You laughed. He laughed.
Who's Peter Alderton? Because I like him. He reckons you.
Nah, Pete's cracking up. He loves it.
He reckons you poo.
All right, this is my last one. I've got one last one. Ready? My last joke.
Please make it good.
This could be my last joke ever, the way I'm going. But this is a ripper. And it is a bit blue, so Charlie, cover your ears. There's a bloke walks into a brothel, slams $1,000 on the bench,
Yeah.
and he says to
As you do.
the madam, I want the ugliest girl you got and a bowl of mac and cheese. And she said, listen, sweetheart, for that kind of money, you can have the best girl we got in the place and a 3-course gourmet meal. And he said, nah, Dale, I'm not here because I'm horny, I'm here because I'm homesick.
I don't even get it. I don't
What?
get the joke.
Oh my God.
What do you mean? A bloke, I've got it in front of me. A bloke walks into a brothel, puts $1,000 on the counter and says to the madam.
If anyone gets that, can they please explain it in the comments?
Oh, I get it. It's his wife that he's homesick for.
Oh my God.
Is that it?
What?
I want the ugliest chick in the place and a bowl of mac and cheese.
Oh.
And she says you can have the best looking chick and a 3-course meal. He
Right.
goes, no, I'm not horny, I'm hungry.
Right.
I'm not horny, I'm homesick.
Yeah,
I
well,
get it.
all right.
Oh my God.
That was brilliant.
Wow.
Well done, Pete.
Pete,
Cheers,
you
mate.
are
Those jokes
amazing.
were sensational. Good on you, mate. Cheers.
My wife, the bride is with Peter Alderton. Oh, jeez. So anyway, I want
Well,
votes.
is she with Pete or is she?
I want some votes. The votes are: should PA's dad's jokes remain each week, or should they just be wiped off?
In 20 seconds behind, you can't.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait 20 seconds, mate. Relax.
Well, I want to vote. I want to know because these two bag me all the time and tell me my jokes are terrible, but I think they're funny. Maybe
Right.
that's a
I
sign.
didn't
of
say
age.
they were terrible, but
Alrighty.
Come on, mate.
Glennie Ryan, oh, the bloody internet keeps cutting out. Missed both. Oh, mate. You didn't miss both blue jokes, did you? Do I have to tell them again? Should I
No,
tell them
just
again? My
No.
wife's put a massive poo comment on this, so it can't be good. But anyway.
no.
Hey, so we're going to go back to the beers, Al.
Yeah, no, we are.
Let's talk beer.
So we're going back in time. We're actually going back to a previous show where we did say that we weren't going to do repeat beers, and we weren't going to, but obviously the Gabs
But we
was
are.
on a couple of weeks ago, and we decided what we'd do is we would go through the list, and we started obviously last week, and we did the I've had a mental blank all of a sudden, and we did the
Last week we did Ben Spoke.
bench
Crankshaft,
stroke, that's right, crankshaft.
Number one.
We did, and what came in second place was the Stone and Wood Pacific Ale, which obviously we did about
6-7 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I think it was ep 11. Something
And we
like that.
didn't really want to repeat something that we've already done, obviously, because that would just
Mess with you all.
not make a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I've already rated it.
So what we did, and luckily for us, Stone and Wood actually sent us a couple of beers out.
God bless them.
Yeah, so that was good of them. They sent them out this week, and they came in the mail on Monday.
Good on you, Stone and Wood. We
Stone and
love
Wood,
you.
thank you.
Good on you guys.
Which is-
Hey, just for reference, while you're talking about Gabs and the craft beer, we for those who want to play along each week, jump on board. Jump on the Gabs Festival website. You can print off the Indie Craft Beer 2020 winners list.
You've got the wrong one there, Pete.
No, I haven't. No, I
Wasn't
haven't.
the Indie. I think we
Yes,
were
it
going
is
with the
the
Gabs.
no, we're going with the Indie because
No,
it's
we were
the
going
Indie
with
one.
the Oz Craft.
Oh,
Oz Craft beers.
we're going with the Aussie craft. No, because that includes the because that includes corporate.
Oh, it does, yeah.
No, we're doing the Indie craft beers.
All right, we
the
won't
green
argue
sheet.
anymore on the show, I promise.
Don't do it. I was right. Say it. You were.
Jesus, that's both wives. I think they're right all the time.
We are going with the Indie craft beers of 2020.
Yep.
And we're going to work our way through the list. So last week was Bench Spoke Crankshaft. This week we're doing Stone and Wood, but we're going to jump off because we did Pack Ale already.
Yep.
For those who wish to play along, next week we're going to do Your Mate's Larry. And we want to try.
I'm actually looking forward to this because
Yeah,
we're actually going to try and get them on at some point.
I actually-
they are quite busy at the moment because they were.
Oh no, I'm going to try and contact them this
Yeah.
week and see if we can get the guys from Your Mate's Brewery on. They sound like a couple of ripping blokes from everything we can see on their website and the YouTube videos and everything that they've done.
Yeah.
They look like superstar blokes, so I'm sure that they'd be more than happy to jump on board and have a crack.
Yeah.
Tell me about the beer you're drinking, Al.
What beer am I
So
drinking?
Stone and Wood.
So I started with so they've got their counterculture range, which we did talk about last time.
Which is
their
exclusive and limited release stuff,
Yeah, which
right?
most of it they do in their mainly just in their tap houses. But they have canned up the berry cream sour, which I've got in front of me, which is.
And it's only a limited
not
release.
bad, it's
They
quite
don't
nice.
do much, so
I'm not a big person on fruity beers and stuff like that, but it's very subtle, so it's not too bad. The Earl of Swirl, they call it.
500ml cans.
Yeah. Well, all their
and
special, all their
Earl of
counterculture,
Swirl
they're
is
all.
already sold out.
Yeah, that's right.
According,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
these are probably the last ones you're going to see for a bit.
Yeah.
So tell us about Earl of Swirl.
I won't because you've done most
No,
of the
no,
research
come on,
into
you've got it up there,
Oh,
right
I
there. Look at the
assume, yeah, you're
notes,
right.
mate.
So the flavour
Jeez,
is
I do all this work.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it in my.
Okay.
What did you call it? My Channel 9 news.
Yeah, go on, do it in your.
So their flavour is a very blackberry, raspberry, vanilla bean with a kick of what is that?
Lactobacillus.
Lactobacillus acidity. Together with pure
Honey
malt,
bombs.
rolled oat, and wheat backbone.
It's got a wheat backbone.
A delectable berry cream swirl brewed for cats who love dark and dreamy desserts. I would have gone people that love dreamy
See
desserts.
how it's in the little quotation marks. Or
Yep. So
that's
their-
how they describe it
they market and
on their website. Is that it's a delectable berry cream swirl brewed for
as I
cats.
said on those, it's not something.
Brewed for cats who love dark and dreamy desserts, and you can tell kind of the market that they're heading to
100%.
by the
No,
can.
we're not. That one's off.
That one's off.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a 70s disco-y kind of, here it is, look at this cool cats
Yeah.
kind of stuff. And I think they do that with a bit of this culture,
Soups. You just grab those trays.
the
Big ones.
counterculture limited series range. I think
Yeah.
they kind of pick a genre and,
Yeah.
and they roll with it. Similar to what they've done. And just on that, so it's a 500ml can, 6.9%
Yeah, I know.
boot.
Yeah.
So
I can tell it's quite strong. I'll be honest.
mate, you're a 2.7 standards in one can. So
I'm
I
not
think
driving anywhere.
I think I'll be just having the Holy Grain on my way home, and I'll save the berry for later, perhaps. But it's got a fair boot. What I'm having is the Holy Grain, which is this guy. It's a nice, light, sort of pale beer. It is a hazy pale ale again, or a honey toasted hazy IPA. Sorry, not a pale ale. A hazy IPA. It's
And I'll be honest, I am on actually the Stone and Wood Club Facebook page,
yep.
and this has been going out to all their members this
Yep.
week. They've already sold out. It became available Monday,
Wow.
and they've already sold out, and everyone is going berserk over it.
Wow. So don't be surprised if you see this pop up in
Yeah.
their mainstream range. But
Yeah.
it's actually a ripping beer. It's honey toasted hazy IPA. So it's 6.2. So again, got a reasonable kind of kick
Got a
to
bit
it.
of a kick, yeah.
They should call them the mule range because they've got a kick like a mule. But this one's got the flavour of honey, vanilla, and toasted coconut with an open pale malt, wheat and oat backbone, and then hopped with Sabro Galaxy, Citra, and HBC 472.
What's HBC 472?
It's just a hop, Al. It's just a fancy scientific name that they give to one of the hops that they did. It's a not a genetically modified one, but it's a specific one that they've cultured.
Did you just make that up? you did, didn't you?
Sounded pretty bloody
You
convincing.
did
I
bloody
should have
ripping
just
job of that, I'll be honest.
So it's sweet, and this is their toasting notes: is that it's sweet with toasted flavours, a golden nectar, so delicious that you could drink it in the morning. I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, 100%. So it's a breakfast beer.
Yeah, I could drink that with egg and bacon, not a problem. No worries.
I can see why everyone's raving about that.
It's
That is
actually
good,
really sweet. It's
but not too sweet.
there's actually some comparisons to
You can actually taste the honey. You can
Yeah.
taste the vanilla. You can taste the coconut.
yeah, the vanilla comes through on the aftertaste. I reckon
Yeah.
that's a cracking beer. I really like that.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
That's a ripper. And if we talk about drinkability, oh, here we
There you
go.
go. Here's
I'm
his
back on
drinkability.
it.
He's back.
Oh, mate, I'd give that a solid 9.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to let you talk more about your beer, and I'm going to pour this mac and cheese off.
Okay.
You like that gag?
Yep. Is that a gag?
No.
Oh, you're serious?
I'm leaving the gags to you.
Okay. Well, don't do that. Hey, so just as a refresher, guys, while El's doing that, I'll give you the rundown on. So we've done the 2 beers. So we've got the Holy Grain, which is a bit of a medieval sort of spin. That's the genre they're heading to on that one.
Medieval.
Yeah, with the
Looking at the
grains.
cans,
And
you wouldn't have guessed.
oh, really?
No.
Anyway, there it is, the Holy Grain. Good drop.
Holy grain, holy grail.
So the sour L,
Yeah.
you didn't rate it, or you?
No, I didn't
or
mind it.
it's
I'm
okay
not-
for a
I'm not
sour,
afraid.
but sours aren't your thing. Is that what you're telling
Yeah,
me?
pretty much.
Right. So it's okay for a sour, but yeah, I'll have a taste of it in a minute when I finish the other one, and I'll give you a heads up. But yeah, just in terms of lost my notes. Bear with me. Stone and Wood. So just so you know, Stone and Wood, Byron Bay based company. In the Northern Rivers of New South Wales. That's where they started, that's where they're focused. Started by 3 blokes in 2008, Brad, Ross, Jamie. They wanted to get out of their corporate gigs, and they were inspired by the idea of the Village Brewery. You probably remember quite a bit of this, and they wanted to be compared to like the Village Butcher and Baker and that kind of thing. So that's kind of the approach that they
I'm
took.
going to be
with-
honest, no one's listening to you.
Really? What's happened?
It's not come up yet.
What do you mean?
I want to be listening to you.
Oh, because you're showing them the food. Bloody hell. That's it. I give up. Anyway. So yeah, good mob.
Pass one around. I'm going to give one to Soups
3 young blokes.
because that's the sort of bloke I am.
Good blokes. They got 3 breweries: Byron Bay, Bris Vegas, and you'll remember our discussion about Wollumbar, or what do you call it? M-Bar, Mulbar, whatever it was. So they got public bars open. The cool thing is 70% of their staff are shareholders in the business.
That's right, yeah.
Good beer is their thing. That's their tag. Most of the beer is brewed at Wollumbar.
That's right.
They got 12 now. In fact, just so you know, the sour is the 9th one in the counterculture range.
Yeah.
Holy Grail was the 8th.
Yeah.
So they're going to continue to build on that. They're all about people and community. Simple beers done well, and they've got their club, which is $15 a month if you want to join.
Yep.
And you do get samples of the new releases like
That's right,
this,
yeah.
and a
Some
few
glasses, you
bonuses
get a welcome
along the way.
pack. Yeah.
Right. I'm going to dig in.
It's going to be pretty hot, I'll be honest.
I'm going to give this a crack. Can you?
Go on.
Come on,
Soups,
Soups.
jump
You've
in.
got to give us the heads up on it.
To,
Hello, Elts. You're here for a go as well.
so I already know.
Bear with you. I haven't had this. So
No, you haven't. You haven't tried it yet. do you reckon, mate?
Yep. Yeah, the hot dogs make that. The frankfurts
don't
that
they?
are in
Yeah.
it. Add that.
That was my
That little
was
bit
the
of
steak
extra-
I just thought I threw in there as a.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Yep.
So again, all I did, so all that was
Excuse
I
the
know
neighbour
someone's
with
decided
the.
to mow the lawn.
Excuse the
which is good of
neighbour
them.
with the whippersnipper at what time are we? 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it's getting
As you,
dark.
8:30 as you do over here, you get your whippersnipper out and give it a crack. Cheapest creepers.
Pasta, do what
Yeah.
you want.
Don't say that.
Anyway, so yeah, so all it was 500 grams of elbow pasta, which I obviously pre-cooked
Macaroni.
before.
Couldn't be mac and cheese if it was.
Or macaroni elbow pasta. It's the same thing, really, isn't it? Macaroni is an elbow, isn't it? Pasta.
If it was that, mate, it'd be called elbow pasta and cheese. It's called mac and cheese for a reason.
Well, then call it macaroni and cheese, not mac and cheese.
Ugh,
Yeah, exactly. No.
give me a
Now
spell.
you're just picking at straws.
So jealous
Anyway,
right
so yeah,
now.
so then it was just a little. Then we just melted up some butter,
What?
cooked up some onions, half a brown onion until it was a bit translucent. Whacked in a couple of cloves of garlic, minced. Let that go for about a minute. Then we added in a couple of tablespoons of plain flour. Stirred that in till it was a little bit pasty. Then I added in about
A bit like me.
pasty, like. Professional sauce, yeah.
that you're doing, like
Yeah,
a bechamel.
basically.
Bechamel.
Then all I've done is I whacked in a bit of salt and pepper, which I actually didn't in that one that's in the,
good.
but I did in this one. Then 2 tablespoons of ketchup, not tomato sauce. Ketchup does make a difference, I promise you. I've done it with tomato sauce. Ketchup works better.
They're different products. Yeah.
Yep. Tablespoon of mustard. I use the American mild, but you can also use an English mustard. I've done it with the English mustard as well. Comes up really well.
Yep.
Then added in 2 cups of shredded cheese and a cup of shredded parmesan. Put a couple of frankfurts, 8 frankfurts on the smoker. Cooked them up
4.
and cut them up.
And
Whacked it
bingo,
all in, mixed it up.
and
throw it into a-
bingo, bango, bongo.
Yep.
Here we
Put it
are.
in the smoker for 25 minutes and done.
So that's
Nice and simple.
So about an hour, a little bit over an hour.
Yeah.
We got 3. These are funky little dishes, aren't
They're not
they?
bad,
These
are
serving
they?
plates seems very cool.
Yeah.
So Els picked
They
them
actually
up.
came today.
You picked them up online somewhere?
Yeah, I got them online, yeah.
Where'd
If
you get
anyone
them
wants
from?
any, let me know and I'll grab some.
Yeah,
I actually
send you
can't
the
remember,
details.
but yeah.
Send you the details.
Yeah.
Hey, so we'll get that recipe up on here this
Yeah.
week, so that you can follow it and have a crack at that. And yeah, so that's Els Super Bowl mac and cheese.
Or game day mac and cheese as I call it.
Nah, it's Super Bowl mac and cheese.
Well, you can use it for anything really.
Never
You can-
using game day mac and cheese.
I mean, look, if you're in England and you're a football fan, you could do it on, Liverpool are playing United, or if
I'm
you're...
gonna do it on a game day.
That's beautiful.
No, you can do whatever. Or if you're, a rugby fan like Darren, who's been on tonight,
Hey,
less the Tigers are playing, you can...
Hey, so that's
it up
tonight.
and-
That's mac and cheese.
Yep.
We're done.
Yep.
So next week,
Right,
next week we're going to go back to doing a review. Sam, is this the new permanent location? This won't be the permanent location. We're going to mix it up a little bit. And especially if the neighbour decides he's going to do the whippersnipping at 8:30 every night,
Yeah.
we may have to go out and we'll be doing this from Barwon Prison after he has that removed from his orifice. But
Yeah,
anyway,
pretty much, yeah.
there you go. Any chance, buddy?
Anyway,
There you go. He's coming over closer just to wind
I
me
know,
up
just to
now,
do
I
it on
think.
purpose,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's doing it on purpose, I think. So anyway, there you go. Hey, El, what'd you cook last week?
so last week I actually did a...
It's all right. Soups is on the job.
I know,
She's
yeah.
going to get him.
I
Good
actually did
work.
a turkey lasagna last week in the smoker.
Turkey lasagna.
I did, yeah. Something different.
I've seen your photos on there, and you were
It was,
raving.
again, I like looking at recipes, finding people's recipes and mucking around with them and doing my own little spin on it. And that's what I did with this one. I found a lasagna recipe that was sort of half healthy because me and Bets have obviously been doing a bit of a
Healthy eating
not a
challenge.
healthy eating sort of, like more of a calorie counting. But
You mean you
yeah,
and
so I
Soups?
sort of
You and Soups.
the boss.
Just checking.
Yeah. So I had a look for a few recipes and I found this one online, and I had a bit of a play around with, and yeah, did a bit of a turkey lasagna and did it on the smoker, and it came spot on. And did a cornbread.
Nice. Hey, Sam Kimber's just come up on there. Sam, we need to talk to you next week. We want you on to talk about spices and rubs.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's what you did on the weekend. You did corn. How'd you do your cornbread? I've not had a lot of cornbread in my life. I had one in a restaurant that was pretty bloody ordinary one night in the city. What do you put in your cornbread?
What was in it? I'm going to be honest now. So there was corn flour in there. There was wholemeal flour, at corn itself. I'm going to be honest.
Honey, you did like a honey sauce on top of it?
Yeah, I did a honey glaze on it with a bit of salt, which added to it, which was really good.
So I'll tell you what, one night I'm going to get Al to cook his cornbread on here.
Oh, well, we'll do it. It's nice and easy. It was simple.
Because I'd love to see
and
that.
I can't even remember what it was.
Once again, I mean, you and I are doing stuff in the background. Like I've done salmon and you haven't had that, and you've done cornbread, and
that's why it's good doing stuff like this tonight when we're doing the live cook-ups. We get to
so it's good. So
we'll
keep doing this, and we like it, and it'll be every odd one that we'll do a cook, and the other one we'll bring on someone like Sam. So Sam's saying he'd love to come on and talk to us and show us what he's doing, and we'll talk to him during the week this week.
He's going to do his weekend blend on a chicken burger with caramelised bourbon onions.
Yum.
Oh, sounds good, mate. We'd love that.
Maybe you should come down and cook it live for us.
Hey, that's a bloody good idea. Sam, get on a plane, get down here.
Yep.
We want you in the kitchen, in the Smokin, Grillin and Chillin kitchen.
Yep.
And you can cook your chicken with your caramelised onions so we can eat it. But anyway, maybe even if you did it, we could cook along with you here.
Yeah.
And do the same thing so that we could taste it at the end. But anyway, let's talk about it. We'll get Sam on next week. We'll have a chat with him and we'll get him working on that.
Yep. And his videos are coming up well, actually. That's one thing.
If you get a chance,
I've seen a few of his videos that are coming up really well.
If you get a chance, jump on Sauce Low and Slow. You see Sam pop up in our chat every now and again. He throws a lot of content out there on social with his cooking and that sort of thing. He did some awesome burgers and things the other week.
Yep.
Jump on and have a look at what he's doing. We sell his rubs in our shop here in Melbourne, so feel free to reach out. We're happy to do it. And jump on, follow him. He's a good guy. He does some great stuff. He's an ex-chef. He knows his stuff inside out. We're just a couple of hackers that have a bit of fun, churn out some good food.
Exactly, yeah.
That's what it's all about. What are you doing this week, Al?
What am I doing? I'm going to do some ribs this week, pork ribs. I haven't had them for ages.
Going back to pork ribs here. It was.
On our social was a couple of racks of ribs that I did, and it's actually the most liked photo that we've actually had.
Wow.
But I saw it the other day and I thought, I haven't had pork ribs for that long, and I went bang, I sat down and doing pork ribs.
Right. So last week I did, I'm not going to say what I did, but I did very little.
You spent all weekend moving furniture.
I did. I had a busy weekend, so I didn't really have time to do the prep and do all the sort of stuff that we needed to do.
Yeah.
So this weekend, tomorrow looks like it's going to be a rainy day, so I might be able to buy some fish in the morning and brine it and get everything ready.
Come on, mate, that's no excuse. Mate, people in the US at the moment cooking in the snow.
Couldn't care less. That's people.
And you're undercover.
Of course I'm going to eat that. I just feel rude trying to do this. So back up, Jose.
If not.
How's old Soups? She's trying in from the side. God.
Here you go, Soups.
Yeah, look at this. Oh, he's a good bloke. She's all over it. Here she goes.
I'll have some more of the new one.
Hey, so we're coming towards the end. We're going to wrap up.
Yep.
Couple of things to remind you of. Jump on to the new page, the Meatin Place
the
page.
Meatin Place, jump on there.
Start sharing. Hey, Sam, we'd love you to put some of your stuff on the Meatin Place page to share with our guys. That'd be awesome.
Are we doing anything with a giveaway or something with the Meatin Place?
We are.
Are we?
Yeah.
What are we going to do?
Well, I'll tell you what, just to encourage people to jump on.
No one's been
How's
posting
the
much.
cicada? The bloke over there turns his bloody whippersnapper off and the cicadas start.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you the hot tip. I bet he starts tomorrow up in a sec.
Wow. Anyway, so we're going to be quick. So, what were we saying? We were talking about the Meatin Place in the giveaway. Wow. Meatin Place giveaway.
We're going to run
just a
well,
little
it's not
promo.
a competition, it's a giveaway. We're not allowed to run competitions because you're not allowed to do that on Facebook anymore.
No, we're just going to encourage people to put a post on there.
Yep.
So over the next week, between now and next Thursday evening,
can be anything. No memes.
Put a post on. Oh, you
no
put
memes,
a meme
unless it's your own meme with your own photo.
Something a bit funny. Don't mind as long as it's not rude. As long as you're not offending anyone,
No, because it's got to be a little bit PG.
just don't be offensive. Hang on. Dad jokes kind of blew that. Anyway.
Did you hear your own jokes?
Anyway.
Yeah.
So add a contribution, get on there, put a post on the Meatin Place page. We will select one here next week and we'll send you out some rubs.
Yeah.
Just for nothing. Just
Sounds
because
good.
we love our people.
Yeah. Why not?
So
And if
do
there's
it.
anything you cook up, actually, what I'd like to see is people's setups. What they're running, their
Yeah.
smokers.
Send us a picture of your setup and your kitchen.
Yeah.
What's he on now? The blower. God, crikey, this bloke's killing me.
It's not the neighbour, it's a guy who is doing his job, so I feel bad for him.
Could you just tell him to... I can't swear on here, but anyway, he could do his job during normal business hours. It'd be handy. So, hey, Soups, are you watching any of the chat?
I'm eating.
So we've got some questions. So
JB Hi-Fi and Cranbourne Park
could you
wants
actually-
some mac and cheese delivered, apparently.
could you...
I'm eating.
Any
Hi to everyone at JB Hi-Fi in Cranbourne Park.
Hey, JB Hi-Fi, we love you guys.
Alright.
Bring it on and sign up to the 2SG Meeting Place every Thursday, 7:30, same
There's
place.
no real questions. The
There
only
is so.
question is, what do you recommend for something reasonably quick, but full of flavour?
So that's not a question.
I'm going to be honest, the mac and cheese.
That's not a question.
The mac and cheese we've done tonight, Yak.
Get on it, mate. The yak and cheese is
Even
good.
the jalapeno
the yak
poppers.
and cheese.
Yeah, the yak and
Either-
cheese.
Either are two dishes that we did last
You
week
can
and this
rename
week.
it.
They're
Yak's
pretty...
yak and cheese.
You could do your own version of yak and cheese. my wife has just chimed in and says, give our mate across the road that's doing the mowing and some of the mac and cheese.
The only
Not
thing
a
is-
chance.
The only thing is getting that brick over
The
there.
click of the ears. But anyway, hey, I'll tell you what, do that. Don't forget the 2SG Rambling Through Summer promotion. We're still running that through until the end of Feb.
Yep. What's that?
3
4 weeks left.
Yep, a few weeks to go. So remember that. Like us, tag us, like the post, tag 5 of your mates,
Share it.
all that kind of stuff. And you're going to the draw to win. Potentially, we will be giving away and selecting one of our favourites to get the Rambler package that we put together. That's worth
And
about,
bonus points for sharing as well.
it's worth about
The amount of
400,
times you share.
worth about 450, 500 bucks, that package. So don't be a slouch.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Get on it. Someone's going to love it. It's going to be a cracking package.
Yep.
Website www.dosmokingguns.com. You want your discount? We've got it. FB Live 10. Where do I find the Meeting Place? Can you put up a link? Absolutely, Sam. Soups is all over that. She's about to drop the link.
She can't
I don't
because
know.
she's a little bit busy.
Al, you are never giving her food during the broadcast again. She is not getting fed while the work's
I'll put up
being
a
done.
photo of what I'm eating.
So the link will go up very shortly. We'll pop it in the link in the feed.
Yeah.
You'll pick it up there. But even if you type in 2SG Meatin Place,
Yeah, Meatin without the
Meatin
G,
Place,
yeah.
no G, and bang it in there, you'll see it. And in fact,
And it's just our logo on a wooden background, burns into a wooden background.
we'll drop it on the website as well, just in
Yeah.
case you don't pick it up here. But join us on there, get some posts up, do all that sort of stuff. Jump on the website.
Yeah, share it around. Invite all your mates.
Hey, you mentioned, send some shares for us, will you? We need some numbers. You mentioned that this week we had some stock go over to and ordered from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Anyone from New Zealand that's watching, good on you. I wish I knew the Maori word for hello and welcome, but I don't. So
Yeah.
I'll learn it and I'll bring it to you. I know that there's a couple of guys over there that watch us. Shout out to Mark and a few of his mates over there. And we look forward to at some point bringing you some New Zealand content. And in fact, Mark, I know that you're a big smoker over there in New Zealand. We'd love to get you in as a bit of a guest one night and show us some
100%.
New
Why
Zealand
not?
stuff. Mate, bring it on. Get in contact and we'll do that. So, touch base.
Sounds good.
Anything else, Al? We're all good?
No, just get on sharing with a 2SG Meeting Place. Jump on, start throwing some posts in there. Let's get it going.
Another cracking week.
And you can share anything. It's like we said, the one thing that we are going to be strict on, though, that we did say last week, and it is a massive thing for us, that you can put anything up there, and we don't want one of those pages where everyone's going to be bagged out for something they put up or bagged out for a cook they put up. It's all about positivity. We don't want those
Catch it,
the
you'll be-
dickheads.
you'll be-
yeah.
you'll be
We don't
out.
want the
That's
dickheads
it.
on there that
Yep.
just want to
Yep.
abuse and tell you what you're doing wrong.
There you go. Jared's put up kia ora whanua.
I was going to say, why aren't you asking Jared what it is?
Righto, well,
But
there you go. Well, he's Samoan, not New Zealand. Give me a spell. Gee. Anyway, hey, great food, great beer, great company. Thanks for coming back this week.
Thanks
We
for
love
joining
you
us,
all.
guys.
Soups is
She's
as full as a fat woman's sock just at the
Did
minute.
you just call her fat? Live
No,
on?
I did not.
I can swear you just said she was fat.
Get it in my belly! In the meantime, keep on smoking, grilling and chilling. We'll see you next
guys.
week.
Take care.
Good on you
Love
guys.
you all. Bye.